Hello, welcome. So today we're in r/relationships where OP's boyfriend is controlling them quite a bit and they're getting a bit concerned about it. So if that sounds interesting to you, then stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. So this one is titled I-23F resent my 22M boyfriend for constantly controlling me. Is it normal? I am going to go out on a whim here and say, without even reading the post, that no, it is not normal. Don't let anyone control you. No one gets to say what you do other than you. And maybe the law a little bit, depending on what it is you want to do, you know? Anyway, let's get into it. My boyfriend and I met online and we started chatting, and it was really nice. We started dating officially a month after we talked continuously. He is a really nice person. The thing is, my boyfriend started to control me. Initially, it was subtle, or maybe I was too in love or delusional to notice it. For example, I started a new job at this place and my boyfriend got so upset when one of my colleagues gave me the company's merch as a welcome gift. What? He got upset about that? I sense an insecure man. This is actually a common practice in the company, and I tried explaining it to my boyfriend, but he was so annoyed at me. Yeah, no, that is really common if you work for a company, that they would give you company merch, like, when you start. If nothing, but so that you have stuff with the company merch on whilst you're working, say, like, the uniform. A jacket. I had a jacket, like a coat, a winter coat with the company logo on at a place I used to work a while back, and it was just something that everyone had. It wasn't like special treatment. We just got to choose a specific item of clothing, either a hoodie or a coat or, both in winter, and then we got to have it. It was just very normal. Next, he would get so angry if I changed something about myself. Like, once I went to the hair salon to get my highlights. I wanted a chestnut brown highlights, but somehow the hairdresser made it too yellow and light, so it was close to blonde. Oh, it happens. We've all had a bad hairdresser experience where we've left with something we did not want. I was pretty upset with how my highlights turned out, but just laughed it off and thought, it's alright, I will have fun with this colour for a week or two before I dyed it to a different colour. When I FaceTimed my boyfriend that evening, he was so annoyed. Not at the hairdresser, but at me for purposefully dyeing my hair blonde. I swear it wasn't on purpose. I didn't choose blonde, I asked for chestnut brown. Yeah, see, if any guy starts trying to control the way you look, the way you do your hair, or anything like that, bin them off. They are not worth it, and they are going to turn out to be human red flags all over. Not worth it. It starts with things like that, and it gets more and more worse until before you know it, you can't see your family, you can't see your friends, you're not allowed to leave the house without them, you're not allowed to wear makeup, you're not allowed to wear a skirt. Do not deal with people like this. Leave them quickly, leave them quietly, get somewhere safe. Block them, never ever talk to them again, and make sure everyone who you know knows what they were doing so that they know to protect you if need be. And that's not just exclusive to women who are with men that are controlling them and doing things like that. Women do it to men too. So if you're a guy and you notice that your girlfriend's controlling who you see, who you're friends with, where you go, leave them. Same advice as before, leave them, do it quickly, do it quietly, make sure everyone you knows what they were doing so that they know how to help to protect you. Never speak to them again. Back to the post anyway. And then he would get so upset with me going somewhere. For example, I love going to the gym. I would just go on the treadmill or weightlift some lightweight stuff because it makes me happy. I used to be a big girl, and going to the gym has helped me a lot to shed those weights and battle with my depression. And my boyfriend wouldn't even let me go to the gym. See, now this sentence pisses me off. Not from OP's perspective, because I understand coercion and control. However, when you're an adult, no one is allowed to tell you what you can and can't do. So when I hear he won't let me, says friggin' who? Middle finger, see you later, I'm going because you're not my dad. He would call me when I'm at the gym so many times and ask me why did I go there, and he would get so upset. His reasons was because he would get jealous if I go to the gym and people could see me, and he's afraid if I would fall for someone there. You could go to get your bin from out on the street and someone could see you. Is he going to get jealous of you doing that too? He is so suspicious of me. One time, half an hour before my exam starts, my boyfriend actually called me to share my screen, my Instagram account, because he suspected that I was having an affair with a fake follower. It was a fake follower. I didn't even know who that person is. And then he said he trusts me, but his mum influenced him to think I was going to cheat on him. Bullshit. Bull. I don't believe that for a minute. He's trying to pass the buck to somebody else so he doesn't look like a controlling freak, because that's what he is, a controlling freak. I didn't do anything to raise any kind of suspicion. I have always been loyal to him. I love him. I would call him every time during my lunch hour and fly to him during my vacation days. The thing is, there are a few little incidents that has happened. So many crazier things had happened, but it's too lengthy for me to explain it here. Recently, he started the gym. It's been about 2 months or so now, but I started to resent him because I've left doing so many things for him. I've sacrificed doing the thing that I love because of him, because he asked me to. And I've gained weight too because of it. I haven't moved around as much. I'm just constantly doing everything for him, from not going to the gym to not getting lash extensions. This might seem very small and silly. It's not. That's how domestic violence starts. It's things like this. That's how it starts. It's not little. This might seem very small and silly, but these little things give me joy, and I stopped doing that because he was always picking fights with me whenever I do so. So I stopped. But now he's going to the gym and loving it, and I hate that he is doing the things he loves but stops me from doing them. And when I cry and bring it up, he said, "Then go to the gym." Or, "Why do you always bring up about the past whenever you look at me?" "Oh, I don't know, mister. Probably because you're a massive bellend." I still love him and want what's best for him, but I hate that he has no remorse or feels sorry for basically stopping me from doing the things I love for the past 1 year and pretended like it's not his fault. Why do I feel this way? What's wrong with me? Is controlling someone normal in a relationship? Is resentment normal? Controlling someone in a relationship is not normal, and I will say this now to anybody listening who thinks it's okay to tell their partner what they can and can't do, what they can and can't wear, who they can and can't be friends with, or where they can flaming well work. You're a piece of crap. So there we are. And resentment, I think, in this case is extraordinarily normal because OP has basically been bullied into not doing anything they enjoy, but then their boyfriend's just like, "La-di-da, I'm off to go and do everything I like. Screw you, though," you know? Ugh, I hate people like this. TLDR, my boyfriend controls me from doing the little things that makes me happy, and now he's doing the very thing that he stops me from. I feel unfair and tried to bring it up to him, but he's always brought down with a, "Why do you always bring up the past?" I feel so lost and numb and stuck and really scared to do things I used to because I sacrificed it for him. I am lost. I resent him, but I still care for him. Bin him, bin him, bin him, bin him. Put him in the bin. Not worth it. Absolutely not. People like that, they're just disgusting and just absolute freaks. If you feel like you need to control someone to get your kicks and feel like the big I am in your relationship, you're a freak. Sorry. Down in the comments, Ninjorp says, "How can you write all of that and then for 1 second think you should stay with this man? You shouldn't. None of this is good. Get the F out of there." Yeah, definitely get the F out of there. And then Old Builder 256 says, "Seriously, the delusion is real." See, I think this is an unfair comment and we shouldn't be bullying the person who is being controlled. Coercive and manipulative control is a very nasty thing, and usually it creeps up on them. Like the OP even described it. It started with being pissy about certain things with coworkers or who they spoke to, and then it got worse and worse. It comes out of nowhere and they bully people into submission. So it's not like it's something where the OP's just going along like, this person's great and everything's great, flowers, roses, la la la. No, that's not what's happening. It has snuck up on them and then they've been manipulated and controlled, and it alters the way you think, and you start to think that you're the problem when it's not. It's the person delivering the control. Armchair Detective then says, it's important to be supportive here, but I find it really heartbreaking to read what some people think is fine in a relationship. Yeah, honestly. I can't understand why people don't think that having no partner is better than having one who treats you badly, because occasionally it's nice. Is there a stigma attached to saying I am single or something? I have honestly noticed that quite a lot. I have a few friends that are in relationships with people that I would gladly punch in the mouth, but obviously would not because I wouldn't want to make problems for my friends. But they only stay with them because they're so scared of being alone, and you can just tell. Quite often they'll say, "Oh, but if I was to leave, I don't know what I'd do. I don't think I could handle being on my own." I have been single now for 5 years, and believe you me, it's been the most stress-free time of my life. Most stress-free I have ever been in my adult life, and I actually have come to really, really enjoy the time I spend just on my own. I really like it. It takes work, but you can get there. Now onto the update. I just want to say thank you so much to every single person who commented and gave me the support to leave the relationship. Your kind words and assurance that it's not in my head gave me the confidence to end my 1.5 year long relationship. Woohoo! Yes! I am so glad. I am so glad you left. People like that are scum of the earth. Anyone who thinks it's okay to control another adult with bullying tactics and just being an asshat is just the biggest scum of the earth. I hate people like that. I cannot stand it. I have to admit, it took a while for me to step out of the relationship, and it was not easy at all. A couple of weeks after that post, I, 23F, was scrolling through my Instagram and saw him, 22M, liked a reel of a girl showing her before and after results from working out and feeling good about her body. Are any of us surprised that he did that? No, we're not. Now, normally, I wouldn't sit there and say somebody liking something on Instagram is cause for concern, because obviously, if it's a before and after, I quite often like guys and girls before and afters, because I'm like, oh my god, look how amazing they look. Doesn't mean I want to bang them. However, in this case, he's paranoid about her going to the gym because he knows he's eyeing up everyone who moves in the gym. If you read my original post, I used to enjoy going to the gym, and what's funny is that my body type before I gained weight was very similar to the after body of this woman. So I don't know what got to me, but it kind of triggered me because he forbids me from oh, what a twat. From going to the gym as he was too afraid someone would flirt with me, and he's uncomfortable that I wear body-hugging sports attire, leggings, to the gym. But he was okay with liking a post of a woman flaunting her body. That woman can flaunt her body all she wants. She was respectfully hot and I don't care. When I do a little stalking on her account, I noticed that he did not follow her, but has liked a couple of her reels on Instagram. And so, I confronted this man by sending him screenshots of the reels and said nothing. He asked me not to freak out and said it's not what I think, and that he only liked the reels because he found it relatable, and he knows her because he has talked to her before. Oh, for God's sake. This guy, what a piece of work. And initially, I thought it must have been one of his old friends, but somehow, my instincts were sensing that something was wrong. So I checked her account and it was made in August 2024, and checked if any of his friends followed this woman. Guess what? No. So I asked him again, when did he start talking to her? He then said it was a couple of months ago, didn't exactly specify when, and when I asked him why he didn't tell me about his new friend, FYI, he is always suspicious about my friends, my colleagues, my cousins, and berates me over every platonic conversation. Are we surprised? No. He said it was because we were not in a good place. He said that they met at a powerlifting competition. My ex boyfriend does heavyweight lifting and occasionally powerlifting as well. But as far as I know, he was not in any competitions this year. And he would not hide it from me because he loves gloating about his little wins at the gym almost every single day. When I asked him to show the chats, he didn't. And then I took a step back and realised he has turned me into a suspicious monster like him. Though my suspicions were right, I was never this person. I trust my partner enough and never ever had the habit of asking my partner to show their chats and etc. I have never been this insecure in my life where I kept looking at the girl's profile for hours and compare myself with her, wondering what went wrong when I did everything he asked me to, yet he still spoke to another girl. God knows what they talk about. In secret. Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it? Like, you probably wouldn't have been paranoid about him talking to this girl, him liking this girl's reels, if he hadn't treated you absolutely terribly and controlled every aspect of your life and your relationships with other people up until this point. He's basically made himself suspicious. Well, himself look suspicious because of his actions. And as much as I wanted to ask more and dig more, when did it happen? Why did you start talking? Why didn't you tell me? Do you love her? Do you like her? Did you guys just talk or did you send pictures too? When we were watching memes on your Instagram together and you stopped showing your screen suddenly, was it because you wanted to hide her messages? What did I do wrong? Was I not enough for you despite doing everything you asked me to do and so many more questions? I realised it was not worth it at all. Here. I'm so glad you didn't grill him because don't give him the satisfaction of thinking you even care about him. This man, without his cheating, can I call it cheating because I feel like it, controlled me and forbids me from doing the things I enjoy, like working out and etc., and berates me for doing normal activities that everyone does, is already bad enough. He was low-key abusive when he hurled bad words to me during our arguments. Also, control is abuse. Let's not forget that. And a really nasty form of it as well. So I immediately said thank you for everything and Merry Christmas before blocking him. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be him. He was always suspicious that I was cheating on him because he was the one doing it. Yeah, exactly. A few days after was a little hazy because I was sad and the curiosity of knowing what actually happened really itched me. Even now. But I don't think it was worth it because the second he hid something from me, regardless of what happened, shows that he never respected me enough to let me know. I took a week off from work and went back home during Christmas week, and my mum kept asking me what was wrong. She kept saying I looked lost and exhausted, like when I was depressed in high school. I don't know why, but I didn't tell her what happened. I just hugged her. Being at home really helped me shift my perspective, and I deserve to be loved gently too. Yeah, you definitely do. And honestly, when you get out of such a controlling and manipulative relationship, you do feel lost because you think about it, you've had somebody telling you how to live your life, what to do, what to wear, how to look for the last 1.5 years or however long it is that you're in the relationship. And then all of a sudden that's not there. So you're sad that you're single because that's a normal reaction. Even after a bad relationship, everyone gets like that. That companionship is gone. And when it's so sudden, it feels a bit brutal, doesn't it? But then also, because you've not got someone telling you what to do, that freedom almost feels overwhelming in a bad way at first because you've been so used to not being allowed to make your own decisions that when you are allowed to, you kind of second guess everything you decide to do from there on forward for a while. It takes some time to get out of that mindset, but it will come. Being out of a relationship really questions your self-worth sometimes, and the attachment of being with someone often feels less daunting than the idea of being single. So I vowed to myself to not date anyone at the moment. Yes, you do that. Absolutely. That's the best thing to do. And focus on recovering myself from this. I don't want to bleed my trauma onto anyone else who sincerely loves me for me, if there is any in the future. Wish me luck, everyone. Also, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope 2025 is kinder and more gentle towards us all this year. TLDR, I, 23F, finally ended the relationship with 22M as I found a suspicious activity on Instagram, which turns out to be true. Well, I am absolutely ecstatic for you that you left him, and it's only uphill from here. You know, it can only get better. It will take a while, it will suck, it will not feel nice for a bit, but you just got to keep reminding yourself how absolutely awful it felt to have no control over your life. And remind yourself that now you have that back. How amazing! Then down in the comments, Treasure the Semicolon said, I am proud of you. Now go and enjoy your life the way you want to. And then OP says, you're really kind. Thank you so much. I think we're all proud of you, OP. It takes a lot of bravery to pull yourself out of a really mentally abusive relationship like that, especially when you're basically being told what to do all the time. It takes a lot. And I'm so glad that you did. And for anyone else who is in a relationship that looks like that, where you're being told what to do and you don't feel like you have control over your own life, please get out. You will be a lot better for it. Believe me. It can only get worse staying in a relationship with somebody who is like that. Do not waste your life on human turds like that. And on that glorious note of OP finding themselves lovely, free, and single, I'm going to end the video there. If you've made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you very, very much. I'd appreciate you even more if you left a like and a subscribe, because I do post every single day, so it helps you find your way back here. Other than that, I hope you have a really good rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. Goodbye.